While insisting he hasn't decided what to do in Syria, U.S. President Barack Obama made it pretty clear he will do something, even if traditional allies like the United Kingdom, Canada, and Germany don't go along.
Part of the challenge that we end up with here is that a lot of people think something should be done, but nobody wants to do it.
Behind the scenes, all indications are what he'll order is a strike using cruise missiles from U.S. Navy destroyers in the Mediterranean.
We're a thug and a murderer like Bashar al-Assad.
At the State Department, Secretary John Kerry described the evidence but didn't provide any, instead releasing a summary he says proves President Bashar al-Assad is behind this attack. Much of the reason for their confidence, he says, are these internet videos. But the U.S. also says it has proof the Syrian unit responsible for chemical weapons was in the area for 3 days before the attack, was told to use gas masks, and that the rockets were fired from government-controlled areas into 12 locations controlled by the opposition, detailed in this map provided by the White House.
We also know many disturbing details about the aftermath. We know that a senior regime official who knew about the attack confirmed that chemical weapons were used by the regime, reviewed the impact, and actually was afraid that they would be discovered. We know this.
What they admit they don't have: physical evidence from the scene, and they don't have hard evidence that Assad ordered this attack. All of the allegations are being called lies by the Syrian government.
Mr. Kerry was dependent on old tales put forward by terrorists more than a week ago, which contained fabrications, lies, and false allegations.
And polls show the administration has yet to convince the majority of Americans intervention is necessary. In a new poll, 50% of Americans say the U.S. should not get involved, and almost 80% want the president to get approval from Congress first. That does not appear to be the plan. But as the military plans are readied, arms experts are warning the targets need to be carefully selected.
The United States and France and others are going to have to be careful not to strike the actual chemical weapons depots, because in doing so one could make a bad problem much worse. It could spread these chemical agents. It could create a localized environmental disaster.
A senior administration official tells me they don't know where all the chemical weapons stockpiles are in Syria. But the administration is very clearly trying to send a message that this will be a quick strike, not a long, drawn-out conflict. The president has been clear of what his intentions are. He wants to send a message. Very few in Washington are talking about what the unintended consequences could be. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.